So we stayed there for a year. So there was this one day I was showering. I was showering. I think about 4 5 o'clock. I was showering and then I suddenly feel like somebody, like literally like this, like this touched down.
Is anyone here? What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.
Hi everyone, my name is Jiyoon. I'm from Malaysia and I'm currently residing in Singapore and I'm staying at the east side of Singapore, most east. So in today's sharing, I'm going to share a few most memorable encounter that I have in my life. So I'm going to start with my first encounter back in very long time ago lah, when I was 7 or 8 years old, and I was staying with my grandmother. And there was one night that me and my siblings, we were like getting like going to eat, going to bed, going to sleep. Then we were sleeping. We were actually sleeping at the living room lah. Then we got this altar. We call it sentai. Suddenly there is this from the corner of my right eye, there is this black shadow dashing really or like sprinting in front of me, like anti-clockwise from my right eye corner to 11 o'clock. It's a human shape. You can see that I can see the shape in slowly fading out like that. Then there's no leg. You don't see leg. You just see most of the like up till the hips. Then it went up to the staircase to my aunt's place lah. We actually it's a double-story house. So that was actually the first time I like doubting myself. Am I seeing? During my secondary school, me and my family, we were actually moving to a new house. But before we moved to our new house, right, we actually moved to a temporary place to stay. So we stayed there for a year. So there was this one day I was showering. I think about 4 5 o'clock. I was showering and then I suddenly feel like somebody, like literally like this touched down. Then I'm like, oh my god, what? quickly faster shower. Yeah, there was this one night I was home alone with my little brother. He was only years old. Then that night I went to shower. So my brother is sleeping on the bed soundly, and I went to shower. I opened the toilet door so that I can see if anything happens. I can rush out and see what I can do. Then I was showering. Then that time, the time was 4 to 5 also. Yeah, I came up from shower. The window is on the right side of the toilet. So the moment I come up from the toilet, the window is on the right side. I can see a white cloth like flying up to the rooftop, like real quick. I don't know what happened that time, but I really saw a white cloth. It went up to our rooftop. Yeah. The next one that is most memorable in my life is when I was studying in Singapore. I was staying with my boyfriend and her mom. So in the house there was only 3 of us. So there was one day I was alone at home after school. I think I was like taking a nap at home. It was about 12 or 1 p.m. Kind of and woke up from my sleep and then I was sitting on my bed. Then suddenly there's this, I don't know, I can feel even before I tilt my head up and look outside of my room, which I can from the place I am sitting, right, I can actually see like diagonally the kitchen, the living room, and then the kitchen. So it's on the 11 o'clock. The kitchen, the living room is at 11 o'clock of from my view. So before I tilt my head up, I can actually feel like there is this one person sprinting towards me. Like, I don't know, maybe the thing trying to possess me or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's like 10 footsteps away. Yeah, there is no momentum. It's a straight, very fast speed. Then suddenly it's gone. I don't know how to describe it. It's invisible. It's not very dark. I wish I know how to put it in a maybe abstract way, but I can't. The next one is actually the most memorable one, because this one is where I was working in Singapore as a performing artist. I joined a live band group as a singer, and there is this friend of mine, colleague of mine. She's mixed Thai. So this friend, she actually can see them, can feel them. Okay, actually the place that we were working, right, is actually attached to the hotel. So when we want to use the toilet, we will need to go through like 1 minute lang to share the toilet with the hotel lah. And whenever I go to the toilet, right, at night, be it at night or during daytime, usually I start work at about 7, 8. So when I go to the toilet, I will always feel like there is some entity, like 就是趴在上面在看一小点。Sometimes okay, even though if I feel like there is, right, I have to like be brave and then like squeeze my eyes to look up just in case they don't show themselves up. Like look up and like okay, maybe I'm thinking too much. I just continue doing my business, and then I just goes off like that. Yeah, that's always the case. Then there's this one day I was having lunch with this Thai friend. Then I shared with her. I say, do you often feel like there's something in the toilet? Then she say, yeah, there is. Then I said, oh, okay. Then I have this 共同点 with this Thai girl already, because she can feel them. Then the next one is the next encounter is at our hostel. Yeah. Then in our hostel, I'm actually staying in the same room with this girl, and then in our room we have 3 double decker. So how is like the double decker is like left, right, and then in the middle. So the door is like somewhere at the corner lah, near one of the double decker. Yeah. So there's this one night evening, everyone like went out. Only left a few of us. They're in another room, and I only left me myself in my room. So that night I was actually playing with my laptop, and there's this wardrobe in front of me, 1 o'clock, with a full-length mirror, and then that mirror actually can see the corner of one of the corner of the room. So which corner of the room is actually the corner on my right side. So I was sitting with my laptop, and then suddenly I was like, I don't know from when, from the corner of my eye, I can see through the mirror. I can see like there's this figure standing there. I also start to doubt myself again. I say, oh, is it because I'm too tired? Well, they're always here. Then my friend actually told me the next morning. She actually told me that last night she came to me and she actually slept beside me. So I said, what happened last night? I don't remember a thing. She said, actually last night, right, when she was sleeping, there's somebody touching her head, which is the right corner, right? And her head is like how to say，就是对着那个墙壁啦，那个 corner。And somebody touch her head, then she don't feel comfortable. She woke up and she asked me, she said, hey, can I sleep with you? And I was like, oh, okay. Then she sleep with me.
What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.